Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good morning, all dear Dhamma brother and sister. Now I am going to talk about Dhamma in English language, the teaching of the Buddha. So, this is my experience, this is my small knowledge. I want to share my experience of the Dhamma. So today I want to discuss about the main Buddha's way, the Buddha's teaching for attain Nibbana. There have 3 steps, 3 characteristics knowledge, or for attain Nibbana, how we attain Nibbana. So, Nibbana means there are no suffering, cessation of suffering. This is the we call Nibbana. How Buddha attained the Nibbana? How the Buddha got the Nibbana? There is the main. Without teacher, he attained Nibbana. He became the enlightened one without the teacher. This is the middle way. He practiced the middle way. He know the 4 noble truths and Eightfold path, the middle way. And he attained enlightened one. He became the Buddha. Not easy to become the Buddha. Not easy to enlighten. This talking is very easy, speech is very easy, but exactly for do this way, we walk this way is the not easy. But if we try hard, surely we can attain. If we practice the correctly, if we practice the effortly, we can attain Nibbana. When Buddha became the enlightened one, what he know and why he became the Buddha? Because he cling all his defilement, Lobha, Dosa, Moha. He can cling his defilement and he become the Buddha. He become the Buddha there without teacher. He become the Buddha by his practice. He practiced very hard. He practiced himself and he understand the noble truth. There are 4 noble truths. Number 1, Dukkha Satya, the noble truth of suffering. Number 2, Samudaya Satya, the noble truth of origin of suffering. and Nirodha Satya, the cessation of suffering. And number 4, Magga Satya, the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. This number 4 Satya is the leading to the cessation of suffering. So Buddha understands this Four Noble Truths. He understands the truth suffering. This suffering, where from become, where from start, who create this suffering, and how we take away this suffering. He understands the way. He knows the way. This is the Magga Satya. He understands the path leading to the cessation of suffering, the realization of Nibbana. So, he understands Four Noble Truths, suffering, the origin of suffering, who created the suffering, and how we can stop this suffering. He knows this Four Noble Truths and he practiced very try hard. So he attained Enlightened One. This is the middle way, not easy to know, because the Buddha arose in this world. The main is the Four Noble Truths. They have the Eightfold Path for attain the Nibbana, for practice. And also another 3 knowledge. Before the Buddha arose in the world, all living beings thinking this body and this mind are permanent, and sukha, rich, happiness. All living being things before the Buddha arose in this world, they think this body and mind are self, soul. But when Buddha attained Enlightened One, he understands why the all being running in the cycle in the world, running in the cycle of the world, cycle of the birth. When he attained Enlightened One, when he became Samma Sambuddha, that time he saw all being from where they from, who create all being. Some people think we are created by God, but Buddha is not like this. The Buddha, when he attained Enlightened One, he saw start from ignoramus. All being created by ignorance and karma formation, and being do bad karma and good karma and start their life. The creator is the ignoramus. This ignoramus is the not person, not God. This is the ignoramus mean he don't know. This ignoramus mean delusious. It is don't know the noble truth. I want to talk about here main three knowledge. People thinking and Buddha thinking is the very different. All over the world, people think this body and this mind is the permanent. This body and this mind are happy, rich, happy life. And also this body and this mind are self, never die, never death. Being thinking like that. But the Buddha teaching is not like this way. The Buddha's teaching are impermanence and suffering and non-self. So if we want to attain the Nibbana, we have to change our thinking. We must change our thinking. If we want to ultimate reality, if we want to attain ultimate truth, so we have to change our thinking. Three kinds of thinking in our mind, in our body. But this is not easy to change, but we can change. If we try hard, we can change. Important for belief. The teaching of the Buddha, there is only have to understand three kind of knowledge, or have to change, must to change three thinking in the body, on the body, in our mind. But not easy. But we can do. How we change this, our thinking? Our thinking is this life is the permanent. Life is the permanent. But Buddha's teaching are the impermanence. So we must to change permanent to impermanence. So we think life is happiness. There is no suffering, but we think like this. But Buddha teach life is really suffering. They cannot find the true happiness. Now we see the happiness is the depend on the carving. Now we are happy is the happy of the life. Now we are happy on the life. This is the not really happiness. This is the depend on the carving. This is the depend on the ignorance, because ignorance is the he don't know the noble truth. He don't know the really truth. So really is the impermanence. Really is the suffering. Really is the non-self. But we thinking is the all different. We think permanence, we think happiness, we think self. So this thinking being never attain the Nibbana. The truth happiness, the out of suffering, the stop the suffering. This is we call nibbana, cessation. What the cessation? Suffering is the cessation. This is the we call nibbana. What is the suffering? Life is the suffering. If no life, there is no suffering. Because now, why we get every time suffering? Now we meet together, now we live together with the suffering. Because now we live together, mind and body. This is the life. If there are no life, no suffering. So Buddha arose enlightened one. When he attained enlightened one, he know life is the suffering. So very different our thinking and Buddha's thinking. The Buddha teach without these three knowledge, nobody cannot attain the enlightenment. So if we want to enlightenment, if we want to attain the enlightenment, if we want to become the worthy one, if we want to become arahanta, arahat, so we have to change three kind of our thinking knowledge. We understand knowledge is the but true for me, but this is the not really truth. This is the wrong truth. So that we never attain nibbana and we got bad, sick, old and death. Every life we live together, the death, the sick, the suffering. Exactly, we don't need this suffering. But we live together, not only one life. If we not change our thinking, if we not change our wrong view, we will meet again and again this suffering. We running again and again in this cycle in the world. The bad cycle. Start the bad and sick and old and dead. Because we never changed before this wrong view. So please try to understand the teaching of the Buddhas. There is no God, no creator. We create ourselves by self. This is the start from ignorance. Moha. Dependent ignorance arise karma formation. Dependent on karma formation arise consciousness. Like this. How the running in the cycle. When Buddha attained enlightened one, he know clearly the being running in the cycle. But some people think we create by God. But Buddha saw sansara karako nathi. There are no creator. We create our life, ourselves, by self. because we don't have the true knowledge, how to come out the bad cycle, how to come outside this suffering. We don't have this knowledge. We don't know this reality truth. There is the characteristic of impermanence, characteristic of suffering, characteristic of non-self. So we must contemplation every time. Characteristics of impermanence, this knowledge very important. Every time our body, our mind change every time. Our mind also change every time. New to become old. Our past life karma is the support this life for live. But we don't know. We think we create by the God. But exactly not like that. We don't know noble truth, so that every time, every life we live together only difficult, only suffering. We live together with the suffering. So impermanent too, we have to change impermanent. Life is the happy, life is the happiness, life is the worthy, life is the rich. This thinking too we have to change. Life is the reality, is the suffering. Really, life is the suffering. And we have to change our thinking is the self. Life is the self. Life is the soul. But exactly non-soul, non-self. No soul, non-self. So this is the three knowledge we have to contemplation again and again. If we contemplation the impermanence, our thinking permanent is the slowly to become less. Slowly this permanent thinking is the to become less, and one time our knowledge, our wisdom become the very powerful. That time this permanent thinking, happiness thinking, and self, soul, this thinking is the all will be changed. Some people very angry. So how will change our angry mind, our hater mind? So there we have to practice more and more loving kindness like this. So now our thinking is the permanence. So we have to contemplation again and again impermanence. So we thinking life is the happiness, so that we happy every time. We don't know really suffering. So now we have to understand life is the really suffering. There is no happiness. Now we happy. This is the not really happiness. This is the not really truth. Exactly really truth is the life is the suffering. So if we practice again and again, if we contemplating again and again in our mind, So our thinking wrong view is to become less, slowly to become less. This body, this mind, noble truth is the not follow our order. We don't want to become the old. We don't want to become the dead. We don't want to death. We don't want to sick. But this body not follow our rule, not follow our order. This is the phenomena, natural truth. Natural truth means new to become old, new to become old. But not have only this way. There we can change this cycle. We can change the suffering life to happy. If we stop our birth, they are automatically stop the sick, old and death. Important for stop our birth. We birth every life. This is the called cycle, suffering cycle. So how we stop our birth cycle of suffering? Buddha teach us Sammaditthi, right view. We have now wrong view, so we change the right view. Right view means we try to understand what is the reality truth. This is the we call right view. We think our mind, our body is the permanence. We think life is the happiness. This view is the wrong view. Exactly not true, not right view. This is the wrong view. So we change our wrong view to right view. This is the Sammaditthi. And second one, Samma Sankappa, right understand or right intention. Samma Sankappa, right intention. This is the wisdom. And how we live for attain the Nibbana, right speech, Samma Vaca, Samma Kammanto, right action, and Samma Ajivo, right livelihood. This is the present life. How we live the present life? We have to practice right speech, right action, and right livelihood. And not enough only practice for live the present life. So how we change this suffering to happiness? How we stop the birth of cycle, suffering of cycle? So we have to practice. This is the we call Samma Vayama. Samma Vayama means right effort, energy, right effort, right effort. We have to practice very hardly. Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, with the mindfulness, right mindfulness, Samma Sati, right mindfulness. They have two kinds of mindfulness. Some people smoking with the mindfulness, but this is the not right mindfulness. Some people earn the money with the mindfulness. Some people drive the car with the mindfulness. But this is the simple mindfulness. This simple mindfulness, we cannot attain the Nibbana. The higher mindfulness means we understand, we know every time in our body, in our mind, what my mind thinking now, what happened on my body. We go to find, we go to see, we go to know in our mind, in our body, what happened now, how the change every time in our mind, in our body. We go to see ourselves in our mind, not go to see to other, not go to find the outside. We find in our mind, we find in our body what is the natural truth, what is the reality truth, what is the natural law in our body, in our mind. This is we can mindfulness in mind, on the body. This is the we call right mindfulness, samma sati. And the last one, samma samadhi, right concentration. Sometimes some people concentration, they chanting some God name, they chanting some perfect people name, the teacher name. They have so many kind of meditation, but the Buddha's teaching, the doctrine, this way, meditation, the Buddha's meditation, the teaching of the Buddha's meditation way and other religion meditation way is the really different, because their thinking also different. Only we close our eyes and close our mouth and we sit. This is not really meditation. Meditation means we know every time what happened in my mind, what happened on my body. We go to see the natural truth. We cannot create anything. We just going to know what happened now. And sometime in our mind want to need, sometime in our mind need something. This is the we call carving, loba. I need this, I need that. We carving, and we clinging in the mind. Sometimes mind is the clinging on the thing, clinging on the person, clinging on the life. So we go to see my mind is now carving. Sometimes mind is the angry. What he want, this is not enough, so he become again angry. So, just before my mind is the carving, but now my mind is angry again. This is the impermanence. So we go to see the mind changing, how mind changing now, how my habit, what happened in mind now. We go to see natural reality truth. So we go to see in our mind, in our body, this concentration is the right concentration. So that some people ask me, Venerable, how the different other religion meditation and Buddhist meditation? Most of the people use this word meditation. There is so many technique of meditation. So I want to stop my Dhamma talking here because I'm not perfect in English language. This is my second video where when I talking make mistake, I hope you also give up me. I want to request you all, please give up me, and I want to apologize you all because I want to share my knowledge. What is the teaching of the Buddha? But I'm very weak in English language. I can know in Myanmar language and Nepali language because I am a Nepali monk. So this is not my mother language. This is not my mother tongue. So I hope you also give up me. Make mistake. So I try to talk correctly and goodly, but just study now. This is my second video. Please, when you listening time, where I talk make mistake, so can you give me comment and you can give me some idea. I am not teacher, I am a student, because I want to know, I want to talk in English language so that I update my video. And also I want to share my knowledge to others, because sometimes our simple word also benefit to other. I hope like this. I am also before a Hinduism. I am not Buddhism. So I become the Buddhism is the just 9 years. Before my thinking is the Hinduism, now I thinking is Buddhism. I mean, Hinduism is the not good, other religion is the not good, not like this, but the teaching of the Buddha and other religion thinking is the very, very different. So I want to know you all. If you want to know about the teaching of the Buddha, please you go to read what is the doctrine of the Buddha. You go to read the Tipitaka, teaching of the Buddha, so you can know how different in your religion thinking and how the different the Buddha's thinking, which one is the truth, which one is the I have to follow. So before you change your thinking, you go to read the teaching of the Buddha. Some people said me, it is not necessary to change one religion to another religion. So I also accept only change the religion is not important, but important we have to change our thinking, bad thinking and right thinking, wrong thinking and right thinking. Some people know only one way. Some people know only one way, only one religion. But if we go to read other religion book, so we get experience, we can compare which teaching is the best. If you want to know which one is the good, which thinking is the good, so you have to read the other religion book. You read so many religion books, you get so many experience, and you know other religion thinking, and you can go to compare which one is the best. Every people like the best way, but some people don't know how to change which one is the best, because they not find the other way also. They think my way is the true, my religion is the true. They stop on his religion. This religion is the cannot help me, cannot help us, because maybe they are wrong or right, we don't know. If wrong, so how he help us? So it is very important to find the true way, which one is the true. So I want to stop here, and next time I will also talking in the YouTube, and I also will be update the another Dhamma talking, but this is the my just second time, maybe wrong somewhat. I hope you give up me. Thank you so much for listening my Dhamma talking. See you next time.